Okay, I've already covered how you can work with the front-end editor as well as adding menus, adding pages, all that sort of stuff. What I want to show you now is the customizer that comes with Xtheme. That's pretty good and will allow us to do a lot of different cool things with our website. So the easiest way to get there is from the front end here. For logged in, you can just click Customize. Otherwise, if you are in the dashboard here, you can also click Appearance and Customize. Either way gets you there. So obviously we clicked it, it loads for a minute here, and then it will show us the front end of our site. And we're going to be able to make some changes to this live. So I'd rather go to the About Us page for viewing this because I added some interesting things there. Okay, so what we have here on the left is it's just a bunch of different options, basically mostly for what it looks like. Most of that is going to be visual items. So I'm going to just kind of run through these and let you know what they do. So stack. Xtheme comes with 4 different, they call them stacks. They're really like mini themes within the Xtheme. They look totally different and they all have their own set of options to kind of customize them. So right now we're on the integrity stack. Let's try renew. And right away you'll see things change quite a bit. And a lot of it was just color as well, all of which we can customize. Let's try icon. That one's going to look a little bit different as well. And then ethos is also different. I kind of like renew, so I'm going to work on that one. And note that you can see demos for all of these online. Just Google Xtheme demos and kind of see what can be done with all of them. It's kind of hard to tell just with this limited stuff what the options are. So I'd Google it and kind of find out what you might be interested in. So we chose our stack. Now we see renew. That's the name of the stack we chose, kind of that mini theme. And it will have a bunch of its own custom options. So you'll see all these colors. This one's for top bar background. I don't think we're currently using a top bar, so my guess is this won't change anything. And it does not. So if we were to add, that's a setting later to actually have that top bar. But logo bar, well, and I think logo bar and nav bar are going to be the same thing right now. I think nav bar is going to be the one that changes it. Okay, so I want this to be white. There we go. Now that is white. Looks good. There's a mobile button, and I think with that we won't see it unless we can actually click this button to see it in mobile mode. So there's our mobile button, so we can actually change that to, if we want it to be dark gray. And as you can see, it is now. Perfect. And then we have, this is again for those top bar. I don't think we're using the top bar, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm going to go back to this mode as well. And then you just click back to save anything. Again, you can always click save and publish. So I'm going to click that now. Now it's saved. And then of course we have layout and design. So we could choose a boxed layout if we wanted, so it doesn't go to the side. I pretty much always like the full width more. You've got options. If you didn't want to have a very big max width, you could make the smaller bigger. A lot of different things you can do here. So really a lot of it is just going to be messing around with it and trying to figure out what you want. You've got background image, but that's not going to do a whole lot in full width mode because you don't really see the background. Typography, you can do pretty much any Google font is already in here. So I recommend just looking up Google fonts. You can kind of sort through them, and they have all sorts of just awesome fonts. They're all free, and they're all included in this theme. So on the Google website, you can actually sort through what types of fonts you want. So if you want like a handwritten looking one, more of just a regular text, serif font, sans serif, I mean, everything you could want is there. So check it out. The ones that it starts with are usually pretty good, but you can always customize that. Body font color, maybe we want our fonts to be a little darker because it's maybe it's a little hard to read them. There, now we got them a little darker. Body font size. 14 is getting a little small. As web standards change, font has actually gotten a lot bigger, mostly because displays have gotten bigger and just things have changed. So let's try. I'm going to add 18 size font to all the basic content. There you go. So these are a little bit bigger. I like that more. For the headings, you can choose some options for that. You can have them bold. We can make this ultra light if we wanted. So you can see now it's a totally different look. I actually kind of like that. So maybe I'll leave that in there. You got letter spacing, that'll bring things closer together. As you can see, I mean, you can get extreme with it, you know, probably just leave it at what they started at. But that's totally up to you. Oops. We also have site links, so we don't have any links in there. Here, I'm going to pause it and add a link in there so we can see it. Okay, I added a link here as well as another thing here so we can kind of see some things we're working on as we go through here. So here's a link. So site links will default to whatever color you set here. You know, red is probably rarely what you're going to want. You just click it and you've got a full color customizer here. You know, we probably want some variation on blue since that's normal. Here you go. That looks good. Now it's a blue link. You'll see that when you hover, it still turns red. Probably don't want that. So let's make it, I don't know, maybe a lighter blue, just to make it clear you've clicked it, but it's almost purple. I don't know. Okay, there you go, a little lighter blue. Easy stuff. All right, and again, scroll up and click back to go to more. You've got buttons. You've got a bunch of different options for these. You can do a flat button, and see there it's flat. You know, I like 3D, but you'll probably want to change the colors. I'll just make it gray. And of course, you can do the border as well. And then the bottom part. Now I've got a darker button, and you can do the same for hover. Maybe I like it red for the hover. I don't know. Okay. Header, you've got options. You know, you can leave it at the top. You can have fixed top, and then it'll follow you around. I'm going to leave it static. Actually, don't. Oh, that's right. You can do stacked if you want your logo to go above it. That's useful if you have a big logo or a lot of links. You can change the nav bar height, how tall kind of just the navigation is. You can change a font for your logo if you don't have an image logo. And then I think here's also where you actually add your logo. So logo image, this is where you would add that. You just click select image and drag it to there, or check your media library. And you can do your logo right there. Also change stuff with the navigation. I mean, you can change the font weight of those, and there's some spacing as well. And you also have your widget bar. I think that's if you click this button. Now, I don't think that's good usability, so I never use it. I just disable it, because who's going to know to click that, you know? So I don't ever use it. Here's where you can turn on that top bar. And content, this is going to be HTML, so I mean, you're going to have to add some stuff in there if you want to use it. It's good for like phone numbers and stuff. That'll go right in the header, but you probably want to customize this so it looks better. I'm not going to use it because it's ugly, right, without customizing it. I guess, you know, I really don't need to go through all these, but needless to say, there's more there. You can change widget areas in the footer. There's some footer content under here. Again, this is going to be very basic HTML that you can add there. You know, social. You can add links to all your social stuff, and I believe those will automatically show up in the top bar if you have it, and also down here. Definitely down here. You can add custom CSS here if you need it, if you know how to code a little bit, or if you're ever told to add that. And again, you can work with the menus. And we're not really using, I'll probably talk about widgets in a future one, but yeah, so that's how the customizer works. Really just mess with it, figure out what you want to do with your site. There's a lot of different ways to go, so it's just kind of something you got to feel out for yourself.